Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to our, what are we up to? Week 4 of our Plan With Me? I have to keep count. Doesn't matter. You know what? We're diving into a new quarter starting tomorrow. So whatever happened before, that was then, this is now. Hey, Eileen, I'm so ready. Yes. Who is ready to plan the first week of Q3? And Elaine is ready, Heather is ready, and Rita is ready. Hey, Elaine. Okay, guys, hopefully everyone will find us quickly. I hope your break was good. I took inspiration from Elaine and made some very, very yummy pancakes. They were good. I'm so high on sugar now. It's this is going to be interesting. Hey, Elizabeth, I'm ready. I just took a nap. Oh, and she's powered. She's ready to go. She's recharged. Okay, guys. We had them too this morning. We had them as a late lunch, but that's okay. Breakfast food is anytime food as far as I'm concerned. So Rachel got some chocolate oat milk. Oh, that's good. We haven't had that in a while. Treats, need treats. Okay, so let's open up my iPad here. Is this the right week that I want? Yes, it is. Okay. So I'm going to switch gears to paper, but I need to have last week's plan up so I can go through it with you guys and see where I succeeded and where I did not. I did pretty good, though. So as I showed you guys in the writing sprints, I've been using Sarah's method of using the glass beads, but I color coded. A little extra, I know. And I decided I would just throw a week's worth into the one jar and then see what would happen. And so far, it's actually been pretty good. So here's what I've gotten done so far. Oh, focus, come on, there you go. What I've gotten done so far. Like I said, color code it because, you know, I could. And this is what I have left. So some of it's planning stuff, so I'm going to get through a few of these with you guys. Some of the other ones are for planning. Some of it is the social media stuff that I have to finish out for today. One is the dark blue was to just physically get moving more and doing more outside stuff now that summer's here and enjoying. And the majority of the clear ones are the planning stuff for HB90s. So I got a little bit of stuff up on the Kanban board, but I definitely need to sit down and make more stickies. Let's see. Elaine, yum. That's clever though. Yeah, I'm looking at Sarah's and going, that would be so easy to color code. Maybe the first time color code is actually working in my favor. What are your colors? Oh, the purple is writing. The darker or the turquoise is social media. The dark blue is exercise and self-care and just refilling the well type things. And then the clear is basically home and planning. So not bad. And hopefully, I hope next week, I'm kind of breaking the HB90 rules here. I decided to introduce and have 5 goals. So I'm going to start doing another project that I've been dying to work on that I will keep secret for now. And see, and I'm just going to, that one's like a low goal, but I wanted to get started with it. So we'll see. Rita, impressive. I have a small jar of assorted tumbled stones. I have no idea how many I start with. I may need to refigure it out. Perfect. Yes. Yeah, I am trying to remind myself that extra goal is one that is just make visits too, little by little. It's not a main goal. Maybe a quarter of the time or less will be spent on it, just to start getting it going, because I would like to see it launched by December. So it's kind of a two quarter kind of thing. We'll see. I was like, maybe I should cut down to 2 goals this quarter. Yeah. I may be sorry I'm doing it. It may be one of those things where you see me looking at the bigger plans and parking that back into the parking lot for another day. But we're going to see. I'm going to see. Because like I said, my intention is writing is going to be at least 50%. I want social media to be more important, bigger chunk. And the fitness and stuff, that's going to be sort of on those outside hours, non-office hours, I guess I would call that. And see if I can get, like I said, and I want to start sprinkling this one in. Big goals are good though, yeah. Facebook user. If you go into the description, Facebook user, there is a link to Restream to give permission. Ooh, or there isn't, because I forgot to add that. Okay, well, that would not be a good thing for me to have done. I'm going to go and open Facebook. I did not realize I missed that. Let me jump in here, guys. Okay, let's see here. Let's see who this is. Hey, Jude, how's it going? Hey. Okay. Hey, oh yay, sprints, gotta do this. Just started Camp Nana with a 20K goal. Your background is giving me beach envy. Yes, that is the idea. It brings me joy to see the water, to just feel like, it's like I'm imagining just the rays on my skin and just enjoying it so much. Elizabeth, my intentions for Q3 involves editing and dealing with long COVID. Oh. And pace yourself. That's all you can do. Hey friend, glad to be here. Jude again. Okay, let's do this here. Okay. So, as I said earlier, I've done a little tweaking on the order here of the prompts. So, but before we get started, I did pull a card for us for our planning for this week. And I pulled the Waxing Crescent Moon. Have faith in your dreams. This is a gorgeous card, guys. It's probably my favorite so far. And it says, don't give up. The situation you're asking about is still taking shape. You're nowhere near the end of the story. Whatever is happening now is just a step along the way. As they say in the self-help classics, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. However, the Waxing Crescent Moon card is a reminder that you must still keep working towards whatever it is that you want. If you can't take practical steps, spend time meditating on the question you're asking about and allow your higher self to download information to you about your best next step. Overall, this card suggests there is every reason to be hopeful for a very positive outcome to the situation you're asking about. So keep the faith. How perfect is that one at the beginning of Q3? Let's see. Elizabeth, I went to a beach yesterday with my dad and had a blast. Swimming in an ocean is lots of fun. Ooh, cool. Elaine's so pretty. Elizabeth, I have faith that my goals will happen. Yes, and we're here to make them happen. Right? Okay, guys, this is a huge step in this accountability circle. So I guess the first thing we have to do is check in to see how our plan went last week. Did we execute and get most of what we wanted done, especially the things that matter to us? Do I show up as me on YouTube? Yes, you do. You do, Jude. Okay, guys, let's dive in and let's start with how did last week go? Review last week's plan, evaluate your numbers, easy for me to say, right? Naughty Facebook. Did you hit your good, better, or best goal? I do highly recommend setting a good, better, best because it allows you to push yourself while still achieving the more easily achievable goal. Is there anything, oh, we're not doing that yet. Okay, so let's take a look at last week's plan. I'm going to put a 2-minute timer up and we will see how we did. I'm going to switch to red ink on my iPad and go check in marking things off. Can you tell I've already live streamed today? Okay, guys, let's dive in 2 minutes and let's do our review. Almost. Okay, how did you do last week? I did okay. I fell short on my social media one, which is why I'm trying to make it more of a priority. And writing was good. I hit almost my better goal, just shy by about 500 words. So if I could do one more writing session later, I'll hit my better goal. And HB90, I did make progress. I didn't get the stickies all up that I wanted, but I saw those as kind of something I could do from the pages I have. I'm not entirely sure if I want to put them all up, if I want to sit down and do all that. Let's see, Heather, I will admit I didn't make planning last week and did plan on my own. I did get a whole lot accomplished. Elizabeth, I did get my goals for last week completed. I went back to my day job on Thursday after being away for a week and a half with COVID. I did get some words written, so goals completed. Nice. Elaine, I did very well last week. Everything done except for the leisure reading at night. Listen to podcasts instead. Okay, that counts. And the market research was, I was hoping this, the market research, well, that's okay. But the research is now a project for Q3. Perfect. Rita, I got some of my tasks started. Why is it so hard to clean the fridge and cupboards? I got back to accounting and got to all the sprints I wanted to and revised the first three chapters. Well, that sounds good. Yeah, you're just going to have to, you know which one's coming for that, for the cupboards. Rita, I still need to get through the photos on laptop and write new chapters. Jude, I'm doing well tracking morning routine. Yay, just started tracking my nano words this week. Perfect. Elaine, for my quarter goals in HB 90, I hit all my goals to good level, and I'm trying to convince myself they are actually good, not bare minimum. They're not bare minimum. They're still, it's still a bit of a challenge, but we have the bit of the challenge, the more of the challenge, and the wow, right? So good, better, best. Just think of it like that. That it's not your minimum. It was enough that it was enough of a challenge that you knew it was still going to take extra work. But if the other happened, well then yay. All right. Okay. So is there anything you need to carry forward into next week's plan? Is there anything that is still relevant to you that needs to be done? Is there anything you could just, that has passed? Just put it aside and be done with it. Get it out of your head. All right. So 2-minute timer on that. What are you going to carry forward? Okay, let's see here. Where did I leave off? Elaine, I think I'm going to nix the book I keep trying to read until after I've finished my edits. I find it hard to read while I'm editing my own stuff. A lot of people have that problem. It's too, I don't know if it's too similar in terms of how our minds work or what it is, but yeah, it's a lot of people can't do it, or you can't read a lot of fiction heavily when you're writing sometimes too. Like I find I can, on my at night before going to bed, I will read for like about 15 minutes or so, and I nibble a little bit on a nonfiction craft book and a little bit of fiction, but it's so late at night and it's so separated at that point from my writing that generally I can get away with it, but I hear you. Let's see. Elizabeth, I'm going to not get sucked into Candy Crush this week and get editing done, since editing is a lot more work than drafting. Yes, and set yourself a plan. Have an editing plan. Elaine created hers, and now she's back onto editing. So create yourself an editing plan and take it just little pieces of what you want to focus on each time to make it a little easier for you. Let's see. Ward, like button, thank you. Elizabeth, Candy Crush is fun, but can steal a lot of time from important things. Yes, yes. I have a few little games on my phone, but I try to only play on them when I'm certainly not doing other things or shouldn't be doing other things. I try to avoid them. Rita, I can't imagine not reading while writing or editing, revising, but not at the same time. Yeah. Like I said, I get away with it because I do it so late at night that it's a separate time from everything else. Pardon me. I'm award because I started with fan fiction and ghostwriting. I have learned to separate my voice from the voices of the authors I'm reading. Interesting. Taking a break from editing to enjoy writing for the first week of Camp Nano. Then I have to start prepping for the August 80K. What does that mean? Explain. That sounds very, very interesting. Is this a challenge we should know about? Let us know. Okay, guys. As I said, I was going to flip things around a little bit, hopefully not too badly. So we're going to start with a different card this time. Long range goals. As we enter a new quarter, are there any long range goals that you need to start bringing into your plan? Now, this, of course, being a new quarter is very likely that you have new things that you're bringing in, new goals. So I thought this was a good time to make this a bigger priority. Is there anything you've brought forward that you realized you should delay? Okay, 2-minute timer on that. Let's see what I have. August 80K was started by a friend who didn't survive the pandemic, so I am trying to carry on with it. Oh, wow. Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you. Okay, guys, 2-minute timer, and we're going to go into your longer range plans. What are you bringing into your plan today? So what did you come up with? Not surprising, the ones that I've been avoiding. Or not avoiding. That's not the right word. Not allowing myself to bring into the plan. That's how I'm going to put it. Putting it off because I didn't think that it was appropriate timing. But I think the more I think about it, the more I think it makes sense because it's going to take time to build. And I need to start with research anyway, so I might as well bring it into the fold and start nibbling away at it. Let's see. Elizabeth, in Q3, I will complete developmental edits and line edits. Then if time allows, I will get through copy edits. Sweet. Rita, get back to crafting and coloring, continue with editing Nexus, write a few chapters of my new project. Ooh, exciting. Self-publishing research and book cover. Ooh, I like that. Elaine, I want to genre jump in 2023. So as a project for Q3, I'm doing 4 task blocks of market research into my new genre per week. Ooh, I like that. And it's just a little nibble of it. I like that. and one task block of ideas, generating ideas and log lines. So that starts this week. Whew, that is awesome. I like how you've just pieced it out, that just that little bit, and it's so focused. That is perfect. Yeah, that's where I'm going to start doing research, and maybe I'm going to start filling with a business plan. That way I can have some kind of document I can be filling in, sort of a template if I can find it. I hope I can, that I can kind of be filling in and just growing it slowly. And that way it's everything I need it to be before I start. June, my Q3 is to slay Nano and keep on writing, hoping for a full draft by quarter's end. You'll have it. Mine is I have to conquer... I realized that I kept calling it draft 2, but I'm actually on draft 3 of this book. I'm hoping that will mean that this will be I know there'll be more revision, but I'm hoping by the end of this draft, I will have a solid draft that really reflects the story I want to tell and leads into book 2. 2 and 3? I think it's going to be a duology. Have a feeling it feels like that's the direction it will take. But yeah, I realized I'm doing draft 3, so I'm going to have draft 3 written, and I'm going to dive into those only deeper edits, and then get an editor and all the fun things. I don't know if all that can happen in Q3, but I'm going to give it a good try. Okay guys, let's do our next one. Oh, this is Elaine's favorite. She loves this one. Let's see. Okay, this week, what were you avoiding and why? Your goal is to make it your #1 priority this week so you can take it off your plate. Okay guys, 2-minute timer. Figure out what you're avoiding and let's make it go away by getting it done. Okay, go guys. Okay, Elaine. Oh no. Ugh, my website. I need to update it with a sneak peek chapter and with the new book as a coming soon, but it's so user unfriendly that I hate doing anything on it. Thinking of outsourcing, to be honest. Would it be possible to... Or the other option is you switch to another, switch the website to another, and just maybe find something that's a little more user-friendly for you. Or outsourcing works too, but then that means that you're going to be out of pocket. So whichever works better for you. Elizabeth, I need to find out why I'm still having chest pain after not being sick with COVID anymore. I'm hoping that this isn't anything too serious, so I need to get that checked. Yes. Heather, biggest thing I avoided this week wasn't writing related, it was housework. The dreaded housework. Rita, I'm avoiding major house cleaning. Kitchen, at least I vacuumed today and mopped the floors last week. That's good. That's very good progress. I am avoiding video editing because I am not good at it and I'm not really familiar with it, and I'm realizing that when something is super new and I'm not good at it and I don't know all the ins and outs of it, I avoid it like the plague. So I need to stop doing that, and I've given myself a research goal within that to basically learn a couple techniques each week, and that way I can get better at it, and then I can make the videos better. I can hopefully make them smoother from the get-go so they don't need as much editing. I would like that. We'll see. Elaine, yeah, I need to have a full website overhaul, but I think that will be Q4's problem. You're editing right now, so future you will deal with that. That's not your problem right now. Okay, so let's pull up our calendars. And hey, Bryn, everybody wave to Bryn. Let's see. I'm going to bring up Google Docs and see if there's anything in there I need to be aware of. One thing I would like to start noting out is all the different, not all of them, but the sprints that I think I can get to, because often I forget and I realize, oh no, this also was going to spread today and I would have liked to have been there. So, you know, I mean, I'm also avoiding cleaning the kitchen laugh aloud. Okay, guys, let's bring out our calendars, whether they be paper or digital. And what are there any important dates you need to be aware of this week, appointments or events? How will they affect your regular schedule? Are there any actions or preparation time needed for them? How long will you need? And also look at them and see if there's something that you've maybe booked but you don't need it anymore. And if you can cancel that appointment because you don't need it, you're freeing yourself up for better things that you need to do and you want to do. Okay, guys, 2-minute timer and go. Monthly calendar, important dates and times. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so how's your next week calendar looking? Is there anything that is going to interrupt your regular schedule? Anything that you need to prepare for? Elizabeth, cleaning is something I tend to avoid since I find it boring. Yeah, put on the music and make yourself do it. That's about it. So for me, I have a pretty light week. The only thing I have to focus on is we need to take the puppers in to get all groomed and pretty. And I would like to add an extra live stream for July, since we are both light on streamers for July due to vacations and holidays and various times off. So I would like to add something in there if I can. Gotta figure out where I'm gonna put that, but you know, I'll just squeeze it in there. It's fine. And yeah, and then the puppy grooming. Let's see. And then July, I have a friend coming to stay later in the month for 5 days, and we're having a mini writers conference. Oh, I love that. Need to prep for that, plus going away for a day trip with partner one day and a lunch with fam. I love that. Sounds lovely. Heather, my work schedule will be different this week. The biggest oh, sorry. This is my daughter and I only share 1 day at home between trips she has this summer. Oh, wow. That's a very tight schedule. Will you make that day magical for sure? Elaine, that would be awesome if I could do that. Let's see, Heather, next Sunday is the day is booked except for sprints and planning. Nice. Rita, I have an appointment on Tuesday and I have a few tests to get done before Thursday for the library and regular sprints. Beautiful. Yes. I need to figure out how I'm going to do the sprint parts, because many of those are during the night for me. So I tend not to get to go to them. Let's see. Elizabeth, I have work from 7 a.m. to 3:30 from Tuesday to Friday, then Monday to Friday next week, then have a vacation the 3rd week of July, and then have work the 4th week. Elizabeth, I have allergy testing on July 22nd. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. All right. Let's see here, guys. Yeah, the time slots are not. I've been dying to try writing like Brandon Sanderson, and he gets up and he stays up that time anyway, so our sprints would be like perfect. I might be a very exhausted pigeon by the end of it, but you know, sleep. I need sleep. Okay, guys. And you guys look like you mostly already went ahead and did that. Did anyone not look into the following week after that to see if there's something they should be bringing into focus so they can plan for it? Birthday. Elizabeth, I would love 4 a.m. sprinting. Oh, like I said, it's early though. Although, I think Laura's would have actually worked for me, because she would have been like starting at 1 a.m. I could have maybe like got a little something in there. That would have been okay. Okay, guys. Let's take one more peek at that calendar. And are there any dates next week that you need to list to ensure you are preparing for them? Some of you already did that, but I'll put the quick timer up for anyone who hasn't. And we'll take a quick look for what is that going to be, the 11th to the 17th. Anything of interest there? So Elaine, oh, I have a book release this month. Oh, congrats. I forgot. Well, it's good that we're bringing it forward. After the pain of edits comes the panic of release. Yes, it does. Elizabeth, if possible, I would like to do a 100-mile bike ride some Saturday in September. Cycling is one of my favorite hobbies. Oh, sweet. I like the challenge of that. Heather, I am working 5 8-hour days instead of 4 10s, and I need to help get a house ready to sell. I have to adjust my Monday to-dos to a different day. Interesting. That's going to be, yeah, I'm definitely going to that with a plan, because that's definitely outside of your regular routines. You usually have a full extra day there. Elaine, and that book has to get to the proofer on the 16th my time, so that's the thing. That is your number one priority then, above everything else, because that's a tight timeline. All right. Okay, so let's dive in and let's start populating our plan for next week. Let's see. Okay, what projects do you want or need to work on this week? What are you actively working on? What are you introducing to your schedule? Why these projects? Do they serve your bigger goals? Are there deadlines associated with any of them? Take notes so you can refer to them later. Okay, 2-minute timer going up. Just list out those projects and figure out, just put everything down that you think you're going to try to tackle this week, and we'll refine later. Okay. The only one that I managed to break down was the writing one, which, when I broke that down to Pomodoros, yeah, I think I'm beginning to see why I end up hitting the, usually I get the good goal. So that means I have to put more time into it and figure out how that works in the schedule. Let's see, Elizabeth, I want to get developmental edits on 10 chapters this week. Sweet. Elaine, finishing the book, which is totally doable and serves my goal of being able to pay the bills. My genre research project serves my second goal, life and career enjoyment, self-care, well-being. Beautiful. Love that. Yeah, I've got, instead of saying just a broad social media goal, I went very, very specific as to the one that I should be working on. We'll see how well that goes. That's one I'm avoiding the most. And HB90, of course, I have to finish up that. I might just bring the stickies up, and while we're watching a show, maybe get them done that way instead of having them, and that way I will see them done. And I think I like them and I need to explore. I need to break down the actual tasks a little bit better on that one. I think I keep looking at it as a whole, and that is not helping my mind. Rita, continue. Hopefully, final edits, revisions for Nexus, accounting, and start self-publishing research. Nice. Heather, nano writing, cleaning the house to sell, deep cleaning my kitchen. Perfect. Elaine, 40 task blocks for edits and 10 for research, and then the rest is general tasks. Sweet. I finally got my stickies up last night. Awesome. That is awesome. And did you take a picture and share it with us? Did you? I have to go back and look. I haven't quite done that yet, and I want to. Okay. We are diving into our next bit here. This is our self-care, chores, and min tasks. What are all these smaller tasks that need your attention this week? We won't worry about batching them until later, but try to think about basically how you could serve your time best by taking a bunch of 5 and 10 minute things and put them together if you can within your plan, so that you're to be able to do them in one Pomodoro and see multiple little aspects of your smaller tasks done. Okay, 2-minute timer, guys. Smaller tasks. Okay, let's see. What did you come up with? Elaine, smaller tasks for me, mini conference prep, social media batching, newsletter admin, ads management, and I need to buy a new candle at some point. Sweet. I love the last one. That is beautiful. Yeah, I didn't put any. What will self-care be? I'm going to put 2 down there. There. I'm going to put them in the plan. Alexis, hello. Want to do my Q2 review tonight, but also working on edits. Sweet. Am I going to do the review? I've been doing weekly reviews, but I haven't done the big picture review. That's a good question. Okay, guys. Now, here we start into our fine-tuning. Are there any larger goals that need to be broken down to ensure success? So let's see, like example, what are 5 tasks you can break it into? Example, declutter the desk. So you'd remove the garbage, that'd be first step. You'd relocate things, notes no longer needed, put them away. You remove anything that isn't bringing you joy anymore and move it to a location where it can bring you joy. Is there anything that you've been reaching for recently that you are finding yourself getting up from your desk to go for? Can you find a home for it on your desk? And finally, just make it, give yourself as much space as you need for the way that you work. If you work in notebooks or paper planners, then you obviously need more desk space than someone who just works fully on their phone and laptop. Let's see. Where did I go here? Elaine, I got that idea from you for making scent memory associations with each book. Spoiler, it works. Yes, it does. Elizabeth, I plan to get back into cycling tomorrow after spending time sedentary while sick. Yes. Rita, I need to buy some new colorful post-its and refigure my board similar to Canva. Nice. Okay, guys. So are there any goals that you need to break down into smaller bite-sized pieces? I use the example of breaking it down to the five tasks, but use whatever number you feel like you need. Do some brainstorming on those bigger tasks that are holding you back, because every time you look at them, you just see the bigger picture of it and it's too much to take on, so you don't even begin. 2-minute timer and go. Okay, how did you do? I just went back into the projects and just scribbled the notes. I realized I should use a different color ink so I could see it a little better, but you know what? That's for future me to deal with, and I'll just do that next week. Elizabeth, I also need to find another charger for my laptop since the other one I had broke and the 2 I got on Amazon didn't fit into my laptop. I'm now using my iPad. Ooh, yeah. Check your, make sure you're using the right code. Sometimes replacement chargers are not what they say they are. Elaine, I'm doing my edits in chunks, grouped chapters, then overview continuity issues at the end of the week. Ooh, love that. Beautiful plan. Okay, guys. One of our fun ones. Is there anything you want to get ahead of this next week? Summer is upon us. Are there any vacation days or just larger events that are coming up that are going to interrupt your regular schedule? And what things would you like to actually get ahead of? What's your plan to do that, since it's going to affect your current plan? And are there any deadlines associated with that? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Oh, Heather. Once the house I am working on, I need to focus on one room at a time to clean out what was left, then clean the room when that is done. Rita, editing, revising Nexus Book 2, one chapter at a time. Don't put away and don't give up. Good plan. Elaine, how annoying to Elizabeth. Yes, definitely. Rita, what is the difference between editing and revising? I tend to use them interchangeably. So do I. And I'm discovering that I probably shouldn't. I think I'm beginning to think of revising more as the big picture things, where we're more the developmental edit type level, where you're actually making really big changes in the story and really changing how the look and feel to some degree, or exploring your characters more and fleshing them out, those bigger picture things. And then editing is, to me, is more the fine-tuning that we do later, which I guess copy editing. Let's see. Elaine, to Rita, I used to as well. Now I usually say I'm revising when it's just me re-editing a draft. And I say editing once beta editors, proofers have how to go at it. Oh, I like that separation. And that's really good for keeping it clear for us when we write down on the page what we're working on. Elizabeth, I want to get ahead on editing this novel if possible, and my better goal for this week is 13 chapters, and my best goal is 16 chapters to be mentally edited. Sweet. Okay, guys, I'm going to throw up that 2-minute timer so we can figure out if there's anything we need to get ahead of, because I got ahead of myself. And go, guys. Let's see, Elaine, I don't know if that made sense, but it makes sense to me. Oh, it totally makes sense. I think it's fabulous. I'm going to steal it. Rita, thanks. I said that I liked revisions at a sprint, and some were shocked. That's because most people hate it. They hate it terribly, and they don't have any love for it. So if you're enjoying it, they're like, huh, what, hold on. Am I doing this wrong? Heather, get ahead on writing so I have a buffer for my nano goal. Nice. Elaine, I will just be happy if I get this book finished. No other extra projects for me. Clock is ticking for this release. Yes. I have a bit of a weird one. I'm usually successful at NaNoWriMos, but there's one badge that I never get because I always end up having a day. I have a simple rule when I do it that I have no 0 days. So I always write something. I don't allow myself to have any 0 days because I find it hard to come back from. But there is the one badge that if you write the 1,667 words each day or more, then they give you that badge. And I've never gotten that badge. So I'm going to try to force myself to get that. Even if there's days where I have a huge buffer, I want to try to get the 1,667 so that I can actually get that lovely little badge and say I got it. On top of that, I also want to bring you guys more videos, so I'm going to start making maybe some more casual vlog style ones so I can practice with the camera more and get a little more comfortable with it, and hopefully refine my skills a bit more, so less editing is required because, as I've said before, video editing is not my favorite thing. Let's see. Rita, for me, just keep at it. Continue to keep a schedule and getting up at 8 a.m. instead of 9. Right by 8:30 instead of vegging on the couch. Yes, Elaine, that's a good goal. Yeah, it's a silly one, but it's like, how have I not gotten that one? I want that one. Okay, guys, now we're gonna do our the fun part. We always bite off more than we can chew, so we're going to go back through and take a look at the overall plan. Ask yourself, can you successfully manage to do everything you've selected this week with the time you have available? Is there anything you should consider delaying until next week to protect yourself from overwhelm and burnout? Okay, guys, so I'm going to set a 2-minute timer and let's go through our plans. And I'm going to switch to pencil on this one, and that way I can just put a fine little either line through anything that I'm going to potentially delay, or even just write myself a small little note of how I can maybe take even just a smaller piece of it. And 2-minute timer and go. Just gonna put it. Okay. This one I found myself trimming more than deleting. Like for the writing goal, I realized that I may not, although I should have done some very quick math here to see I have 2 goals going on here. Okay. Yeah. So if I make that, I have to make that a little bit bigger. Trying to give myself task blocks at the same time so I can ensure that what I'm doing will be more easily done. Let's see. Elizabeth, I want to work on development edits from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. on work days. Perfect. Elaine, this will be a week where I have to work extra time to get things done. That's what I'll do because of the deadline and because I have more limited time later this month. Good plan. Yes, and you're protecting yourself from burnout because you know that the things that are coming are going to be fulfilling for you and fill the well. Heather, since I figured out earlier today what was causing the horrible smell in my kitchen, if anything gets pushed back this week, it can be the kitchen deep clean. Elaine, to Heather, I feel like there's a story there. Rita, I tend to be hyper-focused on projects. Like I really wanted to write a new chapter on my new project over the weekend. I revised 3 chapters of the previous book, Nexus. Rita, this week I will try to split my focus on my other 2 projects. I have no deadlines, only my own. Have you given yourself a reward you're really looking forward to or a penalty that you're not looking forward to? Just an idea. Make them a little more... Look at your task blocks and your color coding and see if maybe you can just even pull those forward just a little bit. Oh. Oh, fun. Okay, guys. Well, we have... what was I going to add here? Did have one note that I wrote on. Hold on, let me go to my page here. I know I added one more thing. So part of this as well is that I started with the bigger goal because I always ended on that, but this time I decided to put it in the beginning. Now that you've gone through the rest of your plan, does that bigger goal still fit? Is it still going to fit into what you're currently doing, or have you already bitten off enough that you may interfere with the success that you were having? Elena, no. You do not have a cat. I love Elizabeth, I love hyper-focusing. I get so much accomplished this week. Hyper-focusing for long stretches of time on my writing project serves me well when I can spend hours on my writing project. Heather, to Elaine, at least it was under the same. Speaking, yes, we had a cat years ago who caught a mouse. Did she do anything to this mouse? I will tell you what she did to this mouse. This is at about 4 o'clock in the morning. She decided to bring the mouse to us in our bed to present her new treasure to us. And I'm looking at my cat's tail, and then there's a space and another little fur thing there. And it took my 4 a.m. brain a while to figure out what exactly I was looking at this petrified little mouse that she was holding. It was fun. Yes. Not the funnest evening. You're giving me 2 hours of writing and I feel great. Yes. Wayne, small mercies. Elizabeth, my bigger goal fits into my schedule. Definitely. Perfect. Heather, we do have a cat and 3 kittens, but I'm allergic, so they are outside and the new dog chases her away from the house. At least the barn doesn't have as many mice. Oh, there you go. She's doing her job. Okay, guys. I'm going to check my plan one more time since I decided to mess with all this. Now, the one thing I wanted to add, and I did not make myself a note card because I didn't have my iPad with me when I was doing that, which is a mistake. In terms of breaking down those goals, just because we are delaying something or putting it off, we may not necessarily have to completely put it off of our plate. Is there any small piece of the new things that you want to bring in that you can get started on that will not interfere with your regular schedule, but allow you to get started and begin on that new project or new bigger goal that you were hoping to start? I took my I'm going to call it the fifth goal. The way I have it lined up, it's the third, but I think I'm going to call it the fifth goal because it is the one that I'm going to work on the least. And I just gave myself 2 little task blocks to play with it, and that way I can start incorporating it without overwhelming. Is there anything that you guys can do with that? I think the goal I'm trying to set here is that we're always allowing ourselves to grow as writers and entrepreneurs and creatives, and sometimes delaying something for too long isn't healthy for us either, especially if it's something that we really want to be doing. So is there some way that you can bring a little piece of it forward and make use of it? Not use of it, that's not the word I want. Start nibbling away at it. And I will have to make myself a post of that so I can have a card for that for next time. Okay guys, I think I might try to get my edits done early in the day so that later in the day when my brain is tired, I can do less brain-powered stuff like social media. Sweet, beautiful. I like that actually, that's a good strategy. High energy tasks when you have the energy, low energy tasks for an easier task that you can do when you're a bit more tired, but still making that progress. Elizabeth, I can write an outline of each chapter after I do rewrites on a chapter so that when I write an outline before typing up these rewrites, it won't be as time consuming. That is actually really good. That's a nice way of utilizing your time and ensuring success. Okay guys, I'm gonna let you go. I will see you guys next week, Sunday the 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern for our next planning session. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope that you take your plan now and put it into the planner or planners that you like to use. I know many of us use multiple. And lay out your plan as best you can. Remember, there are going to be interruptions that are not planned for, but still run with them and just move that plan around. As Sarah says when she does her weekly, that is her ideal. Sometimes things get moved around. That's why we have daily pages. Okay, guys, I will see you next week. I hope to see you throughout the week at all the various sprints, and I am going to try to get you guys another writing sprint up there so that we can have more sprints for more writing for Camp Nano. Okay, guys, have an amazing rest of your evening. Go kick back and relax, and happy 4th of July to all my American friends. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye. You are also welcome. Bye, guys. Have a great week.